Steve.
Hey, Jeff. So this is our first ever video, and we are gonna talk about guaranteed investments. So, Jeff, guaranteed
It's kind of
investments.
weird hearing guaranteed in investments in one
Sentence. That's
No?
true.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because when you say investments, it's usually not guaranteed.
It's
it
not.
always has a certain form of risk. There may be a low risk investment or a high risk investment. Of course, it's proportionate to the returns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
High risk, high reward, as they
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Right. But now we see a lot of institutions, companies releasing guaranteed investments.
That's true.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, it's actually an exciting time in the market. Now, these are all low risk investments, basically. And I think we can go through it one by one.
Okay, sige. Start with time deposits.
Time deposit. Yung time deposit, basically, if you put your money there and then you leave it for
In the
a
bank.
couple of years, it will grow with a certain interest rate.
Yes,
And-
couple of years, 2 months. Diba?
Yes.
Meron 3 months, 6 months, time deposits.
One of the highest time deposit in the market is at 4.34%, and the holding period is 7 years. But there's a caveat. So for it to earn 4.34% in 7 years, you have to have at least 5 million pesos in deposits. So if it's lower than 5 million, parang naka-tier yung interest rates.
Yes,
Yeah. And the interest rates are, may fine print dun eh. The interest rates is not guaranteed. It's still subject to change depending on the market conditions.
Yeah.
But most likely, for time deposits naman, most likely they stick with the interest rate. Or close to it. Yeah.
Although, as you mentioned na 5 million is the minimum. And of course, for the time deposits or when it comes to banks, the rates that they give you is dependent on how much you have, how much deposits you have in that bank.
Yeah.
That's the reason why, if you have a good relationship with your bank manager,
Yeah.
they give you preferential rates. So there's a caveat na, malaki yung deposit mo, we'll give you a good rate.
Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
Diba?
That's true. Yeah. So that's one financial vehicle to look at if you want the guaranteed
Returns, time deposits.
Yes, time deposit. The second one is bonds. So essentially, bonds are, utang. Yeah, IOU.
Yeah.
So basically, the corporate.
There's corporate bonds,
Yeah.
there's treasury bonds, or government bonds.
Oo.
So, corporate bonds. Government rates. Okay.
Okay. So
Corporate bonds. Basically, if a corporation needs to raise capital, apart from investing apart from being an investor, you can also lend to corporations using corporate bonds. So when a company needs to raise capital, they issue bonds, and consumers like us can invest in that bond. And with bonds, there's a fixed rate and maturity, and highly dependent also on the corporation that you will be invested. Like, do you trust that corporation?
Yeah.
Will they deliver? Diba? Because they're using that capital for their business.
That's true. Okay.
So it's also not, it's guaranteed in a way, but it's also very dependent on the performance of the company.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so that's for bonds. And then next would be the digital bank. So digital banks, as you know, if you're in GCash,
Maya.
or Maya, so CIMB, ING before. As you know, digital banks are a hot topic now.
Yeah.
Kasi, diba?
Even I have accounts in digital banks, and I tell my clients also to invest in high earning deposit accounts in digital banks. Pros and cons.
Okay, so let's start with the pro. So number one, it's so easy to access. It's very accessible. Like, you can just plug in with your number, and it has the highest interest in the market with 6%.
6%.
6%.
And I heard it can increase up to 10% if you increase your deposit.
Yeah. So that's the pro. And it's so easy to pull out your money also because it's in a digital bank. So basically, you just have to have your one-time PIN or OTP or your credentials, and then you can already cash out.
Yeah, exactly. Cons of a digital bank. As you mentioned earlier, like GCash and I guess other digital institutions, they are more prone to getting hacked.
Yeah, in terms of cybersecurity.
Mm.
So we've been hearing a lot of people who lost their money because someone else was able to access their digital banks with their numbers or their credentials. So yun, gone na.
Yeah.
And it's only insured up to 500,000 by PDIC.
Yes.
Meaning, if you put in more than 500,000 in that digital bank, tapos na-hack siya for some reason, and then you lost more than 500,000, the chances are you might not be able to get back what you lost. Paano kapag like nasa millions na yun? So,
yeah, exactly.
Diba?
Only 500,000 will be returned to you in
Yes.
case of loss. What else?
And then, since this is a digital bank and they're new to the market, usually they offer a higher interest rates because they're starting out.
Yeah, they want to pull in their depositors or
Yeah.
customers.
It's
Yeah, so-
safe, it's still regulated by PTIC. But then, just like any other digital banks that we've witnessed before, it eventually goes down. The
Yeah,
interest
the
rates.
interest rates eventually goes down. It's not guaranteed
Yeah.
that it will stay there for a long period of time, right?
Yes. And then lastly would be the endowment or
Endowment plans. Yes. But
Yeah.
before we discuss endowment plans, I feel like we need to explain what we do or how when we approach clients and then they want to invest. We don't just, we laid out all their options, right?
Yes.
But what I like about how we as advisors do it is we determine what their goals are first, right?
Yes.
Because there are so many different investment programs out there. You can choose any company, any program. But how we do it or what we suggest to our clients is really to determine a goal and stick to it until you've completed it, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to endowment plans, it's usually for a long-term goal, right?
Yes.
For retirement or for a startup fund for a business, a house, etc. So yeah, what's the endowment plan that we were excited about?
I'm actually excited about this endowment plan because it's the highest in terms of guaranteed returns in the market. So it's guaranteed in the truest sense. So
Yes.
It's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed.
Yes. So for your long-term goals, so disclaimer, this is not for your short-term goals, which is like
Yes.
for about 1 to 2 years, or your medium-term goals, which is like for about 3 to 5 years.
Yes.
This is really for your long-term goal. So it's called Income Sure 10, and it's for 10 years. The payment period is guaranteed. It's a single pay plan.
Okay.
So for example, you invested 10 million today. Single investment.
Single investment.
Yes, one-time payment. And then every year for the next 10 years,
years.
you'll get 500,000.
500,000.
So that's a total of 5 million in 10 years. At the end of the 10th year, or on the 10th year, you get the 10 million plus the 500,000. So in total, in 10 years, you were able to get 15 million because that's your principal, which is 10 million, plus your interest or the returns that you got, which is like 5 million. Okay, that's a guaranteed 50%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I love about this program? Or because there are a lot of investment vehicles, right? But let's face it, we are an insurance company, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to leave your family, right? And so as a mom, I'm so happy that we have a program like this na merong guaranteed also na 125% of your initial investment. So that's extra protection for my family.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a mom yet, but
Yeah,
I do
but
get your point.
for single professionals, right? It's really good to have to diversify into something guaranteed.
Yes. Yeah. So, well, if you're gonna think about it strategically, you can, if you're, for example, you're an investor, and you can take that 500,000 that you will receive every single year, and then put it someplace else. Like you can put it, like a portion of it can go to your travel fund, a portion of it can go to an investment that has a higher return than 5%. which is more risky.
Yeah.
Like stocks, or if you're into crypto also, right? At least your portfolio is diversified.
Exactly. That's the
Yeah, you don't put your eggs in one basket.
and you also don't put a few eggs in multiple baskets.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
So we're so excited
about Income Sure
Income
10.
Sure 10.
And I hope you guys will be as excited as we are about AIA 10.
Yes, if you want to know more about Income Sure 10, and if you want to talk to a trusted financial planners like us, like and subscribe to our Instagram and send us a quote, send us a message, and we'll see you in our next video.
We'll be happy. We'll be more than happy to discuss it with you. There.
We'll give you a free quote.
Yes.
Bye!
Bye!